Good day. Well, that was great timing. Good day, Maple family. Is looking pretty naked in the garden at the moment. I'm going to just do a little walk around and show off some of the features on some of these trees that you don't get to see during the summer months because they're covered in foliage clearly, but there are some that have really nice branching habit. It just gives you a little insight on the details of how some cultivars are growing and how their branching looks like. This here is a Meikujaku. This is like, it's pretty much a bonsai tree. I don't know if you can see the scale of size of what this is, but this is my hand. This is a very, very big trunk. I got this. I got this from Chessington Garden Centre. It came from Italy. I know it was imported from an Italian nursery. But yeah, this has been. He was telling me the way the grower prunes these trees there is kind of given the trees that he sells, or some of them at least, a bonsai look. Yeah, I get loads of seed on this. I've had it for about 2 years. Every year I've had seed. So yeah, this is Meikujaku, also known as Anaconifolium or Aconifolium, mixing my words up, or dancing peacock. There's many names for this one, and you can just see Poppy chilling in the back there. That's one of the 3 cats. The tree beside her is Osakazuki. Again, this came from the same Italian nursery. I got it from the same place. Got a nice Nabari root flare on both. What else have we having? We got Shishigashira. This is a lovely specimen that I've got here. I've mentioned a few times, but I've air layered the middle portion. That's what that is. That is in the polytunnel. I did that to open up the space in the tree, get some air and light in there. Also didn't want to cause inverse taper here. You got quite a few main branches coming off of here, and including that one, it definitely would have put the trunk out of proportion at that point. This is Orodono Nishiki. So there's a nice winter interest on this bark as well, because it's a variegated type. So look at that. I did recently do a video on variegated bark interest, so check that out. There you go. Just put the magic hand behind the branch and the camera shall focus. Typical, look at that. As soon as I move my hand it goes. But yeah, you get the gist. Look at all the swells. It's really nice. So this gives us a good idea. There's going to be some good variegated branches to come. Okay. an abundance of air pots down there. So it looks like squirrels have already been digging, and so it begins. So we've got Lillian's jewel, aka extravaganza, another bark interest. Look at that stripe, that cream stripe. It's really nice. Quite a nice little tree, that. Shigetatsu sour. Got a sour chidori here. This one had a bit of a battle during the summer. There's quite a lot of dieback on it on this branch. I'm hoping it's not going to be one of those slow deaths where every year one more branch goes. Because I really like this tree. So yeah, we'll see. Really nice branching on this one. What do we have here? Beni Sazanami. It's got lovely branching going on. Nice colour as well. That's also a thing I really like about maples. You're not just getting brown bark. Yes, in time, in a long time, the bark on most maples will go to like a brown colour. But on the newer growth, you do get a lot of vibrant colours, like these kind of light greens. You can get some of the coral barks. There's not many yellow ones. There's a bihu, but there are multiple colours. It's such a flexible tree, like so many different interests. This is Akashigatatsu sour, and I did air layer from this actually. I'm trying to see what it might have been this point, but that's in the polytunnel. Watch out for this in the springtime, because this steals the show. And if you get it in the right location where it's got partial shade, it gets a little bit of morning sun and it's shaded in the afternoon, you'll get really interesting colours. If you look at my videos I did like April, May, June sort of time, you'll see videos of this tree. This is Higasayama. This one's taken a while to grow, this one. I think it is a slow grower in general. And I did attempt to air layer this bloodgood, but I've just left the bag on. It's definitely not taken, but I just haven't got round to taking the bag off. What's this? This is the garnet. That's had a few dieback branches as well. Liking the moss rocks though. Always adds to the feel and the look. Wheels Divine. I've got a few grafts off of this tree. This is a really nice one. I like the growth habit on this. Kind of seems to grow upwards and outwards. It creates nice space. I like the way the branches grow on this. This was a purchase. I did a video on this as well in spring. I got it from a garden centre in Felixstowe called Not Cuts. I think it was Not Cuts, yeah. I nursed it back to health, got it for like £12. At the time I was questioning whether it was a Akashigatatsu sour, because the leaves didn't reflect that of which it looks like. but in the summer, so I got some summer growth on it, and it did look like that cultivar. So all good, and it's looking healthy. Got some fresh buds growing, so nice. Okay, and here, let's start around here. We've got Ukigumo. This has been on many of my videos. This is another tree that not only does it have interest on the foliage, which will captivate pretty much anybody with that white speckled variegation, and there's a reason they call it the floating clouds maple. That's amazing in itself. The leaf shape as well is a really nice leaf shape. It's also got a nice branching habit. I just like how they twist and turn. They got short internodes as well, so you're going to get a lot of interesting growth. I'm going to grow the air layers that I got off of this in the style of a bonsai. I'm gonna attempt the bonsai style with those air layers that I did. I'm really hoping to get seed on this as well, because I'll be really interested to see how the seedlings would come through on this. Get some nice variegated hybrids. That'll be amazing. So yeah, that's Ukigumo. Here is the typical winter interest tree, Sangukaku. And the colder it gets, the more red the bark becomes, more so on the newer growth. This was one of my first maples. I think it was probably my second or third maple. So that's, yeah. Oh, how have I missed those? I can't believe that. I got seeds on there. And I was pretty sure I didn't see any seeds on there. Well, let's I'm gonna stick them in my tray over there. They don't look black, they don't look like they're not viable, they're not soft, so I will stick them in my tray that I've got out there. This here is another Shirasawum. Really nice root flare on that as well. That's a Nicolsini at the back. Nishiki, one of my favourites. Love that tree. Got a good few grafts of this coming through as well. What do we have here? This is Kagiori Nishiki. This is a variegated type, similar to the butterfly style. What's this one? Kocho no Me. Kocho no Me. I can't even remember what this looks like, but it's a recent purchase. There's a lot of twiggy growth there as well. Look at that. Here we've got Orion. At the back we've got an Orium. It does not look the healthiest, but it is in good health. That's just how Shirasawums look. The bark on those can appear as if they're dead, but they are not. They're very much alive. You can see how healthy the buds look. So yeah, do not despair. Alright, let's get around. This is Moonfire. That branch looks like it needs to come off. There. So that's dead wood. This is a hybrid tree that I got from Herons. I'm not sure if it is a cultivar, I can't tell. It looks like it was grafted, possibly. You can see the stump here, but the rootstock must have been a pine bark. It's definitely got some sort of pine bark interest corking on the trunk there. So it'd be interesting to see if that would carry on through this tree. That would be cool. It's like a Matsumure leaf. It goes a lovely red in the summer. I'm still evaluating its appearance because every year maples can look different. I've had this for about a year, so it's just settled into a new pot as well from early spring. So next year it should appear different. You can see the leaves there, all shriveled up. So yeah, this here is a autumn moon, Shirasawum. Again, the branches don't look too healthy, but they are. It's just how it looks. We've got Indian Summer. It's a really nice Japonicum. You get some incredible colours on the leaves, multiple different colours at the same time. Nice red branches there. How am I on 17 minutes already? Jesus. Right. This is Moonrise, another Shirasawum. Yeah, the Shirasawums do not really look the best in the winter. This one is Kara Orinishki. This put on a great display this year. I hope to get the same distribution of variegation with the same consistency that it gave this year. It was just a joy to watch. We've got Ariadne. Really strong reticulated cultivar. This is really nice to look at in the spring. Here I've got my purple ghost. I've moved that into this area because I've got a lot of maples in there. I wish to hybridize with each other if they do produce the flower and the seed. So I've got maples in here of many different traits that I like. This is a Shiraz or Geisha gone wild. I'm not sure if they are the same tree actually, they may be very similar, but this was purchased as a Shiraz. Out of all my trees, this put out the most flower last year, or this year, sorry. We're very close to the end of the year. I'm still lost in time. Just started to remember what day it is again. Right, I'm going to speed it up a bit. So these are some maples that I've got that I'm sort of playing with for bonsai. So, yeah, that one in the square pot in the middle there, really got a good branching on there. I've been pruning that back for the last 2 years. It's starting to pay off now. It's getting some really nice shape. Really happy with that. This one I got from Heron's Bonsai. It was already wired and styled this way, so I'll let this grow out for a few years or a year and then come back to it. Is there much to do here? Like this here is Sumigaki. Not too much going on with that one though. This is really looking nice. I can't not show this. It's looking very healthy. This is Pinus strobus, tiny curls. I took this to Peter Chan at Heron's when I purchased it at a nursery or garden centre, actually about 5 minutes down the road from him. I said, I really like the foliage on this. Help me turn this into a bonsai. So he took me into the workshop, gave me a big piece of wire. You can see it on the markings. Yeah, and I wired the trunk. So yeah, he helped me out with that. Yes, yeah, it's looking really healthy. Nice. Oh, this is another one I'm going to use for bonsai. That's also looking healthy. This is Reticulatum como. It's in the name. That's a reticulated type. It's green leaf with white reticulation. That's an Arakawa. Since we've just looked at a few bonsai, here's another bonsai that's really spectacular. This is a Juniper Itoigawa. And we've got Ayoshi. Ayoshi's got a really nice bark interest. Look at that bright green. This is an all year tree, all year round tree. It's interesting every season. Such a fascinating cultivar. Not much known about it either. I've tried finding out where it was cultivated from, but there's not much info on it. And I've said many times that every single Ayoshi that I've seen, none of them have been grafted, which I find really fascinating. So they've been air layered or propagated through cuttings. So clearly they do well on their own roots, and well, I have evidence of that because I did an air layer off of this tree, which is now in the polytunnel. So the colours as well, the reticulation, no, not reticulation, variegation, the pinks on the light greens, then you get to the fall and then those pinks turn to yellow on cream on the green. It's a feast for your eyes all year round. Can't big that tree up enough. Kihachijo. Yep, quite a nice tree. I got this tree mainly because I heard it produces a lot of variable, I'll say that again, variable or variability in the seeds that it produces. Could be a rumour, but I thought why not try it. Inaba Shidari. Lovely weeping lace leaf. Okay, we've got a couple of Arakawas here. Nice Nabari down there, look at that. Really nice Arakawa, that. This is an Arakawa as well. You can see where I've air layered from that, and the air layering of this is in a pond basket at the front. Still doing well. Right, I think that shall do it. I'll be here all day if I'm naming every tree. And there's another Arakawa. So yeah, I'll leave it at that, ladies and gents. Thank you as always for tuning in. Any questions you have, as always, ask away. I will do my best to answer in my most honest fashion. This is the tray I'm gonna put these seeds in. I shall let you know the outcome. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your days. Have a happy new year. Take care.